Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong and welcome to Pointless, the quiz show where we are always striving to find the most obscure answers. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi, I'm Craig. This is my friend Julie and we're from County Durham, Shildon.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm John. This is my housemate George and we're both studying at the University of Leeds.
Couple number three.
Hello, I'm Steve. This is my wife Diane and we're from Hayling Island in Hampshire.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Chris. I live in Aberystwyth, and this is my dad, Pete, and he lives in Huntingdon.
And these are today's contestants. Thanks, all of you. We'll find out more about you throughout the show as it goes along, so that just leaves one more person for me to introduce, a man so clever, his Siri asks him the questions. It's my pointless friend, it's Richard.
Hiya. Hi, everybody. Hiya. Good afternoon.
And to you.
It's one of those unusual occasions on Pointless now where we've got 4 new pairs, haven't we?
Yeah, untried.
I get a bit nervous, do you? Because I get a bit shy. Yeah. That's the thing.
We're outnumbered by it. Anything could happen.
What, you suspect they may team up?
They may. They may take over.
Oh, do you reckon?
Yeah.
Physically?
Yeah.
Steve looks like he could handle himself.
It's Pete I'm worried about.
Yeah, I see what you mean. We should be, right? They seem like... We always chat to them beforehand. They seemed perfectly nice, didn't they?
Yeah.
With a couple of exceptions. No, they all seemed lovely. I think we're going to be fine, honestly.
I think we'll be fine.
If it kicks off, we'll get some of the audience to help out.
OK. Thanks very much indeed. Now, all our questions on Pointless have been put to 100 people before the show. Our contestants here need to find the answers those 100 people didn't get. Of course, everyone's trying to find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people gave, and each time that happens, we'll add £250 to the jackpot. Now, Jay and Hazel didn't win the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at £2,000. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. OK, in this first round, I'll take an answer from each of you, but there's to be no conferring. Whichever pair has the highest score at the end of the round will be heading home, I'm afraid. Our first category today is song titles. Song titles. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns songs featuring baby or babe in their title. Songs featuring baby or babe in their title, Richard.
That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very nice.
That's a nice category. We're going to show you 7 songs on each pass. You just need to tell us the act who had a UK top 40 hit with that song in the year shown. It's going to be 14 in all, so have a go at home. Good luck. Thanks
very much indeed. So we're looking for the artists or groups who released these UK top 40 singles. And here's our first board of 7. Bye Bye Baby, 1975. Baby, 2010. Love to Love You Baby, 1976. Plug In Baby, 2001. I Got You Babe, 1965, Hey Baby, 1962, and Ice Ice Baby, 1990. I'll read those all one last time. Bye Bye Baby, 1975, Baby, 2010, Love to Love You Baby, 1976, Plug In Baby, 2001, I Got You Babe, 1965, Hey Baby, 1962, and Ice Ice Baby, 1990. There we are. 7 songs with baby or babe in their title. Craig and Julie all drew lots before the show, and today you're going to go first. Craig, what do you do?
I'm an IT manager in the NHS.
Right, you are. OK, so, and what do you do in your spare time, Craig?
I run. I'm a hospital radio volunteer.
Oh, do you do the show itself? Or
Yeah,
do you,
I do a hospital radio show every Sunday.
What's it called?
The Sunday Selection.
Brilliant. Absolutely. And are you allowed to play anything you like? Or...
Yeah.
That's good.
Some of those tracks.
And what do you like?
What do I like?
Yeah.
I'm an ABBA fan, I have to admit.
Are you? Favourite ABBA song?
Super Trooper.
OK, so they get quite a lot of that on Sundays in the hospital, do they?
They get some of that, but they get to choose the songs, so they can pick what they like to hear. It is a hospital radio.
Good stuff. There we are. Now then, Craig, what do you make of this board? What do you make of this round? What do you make of this show?
Yeah.
Well, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, so...
Yeah, that's pretty much how we found out
as well. That is the best review we've ever had.
Yeah. What are you going to go for, Craig?
I've got a few ideas, but I think I'll go for the bottom one, Vanilla Ice. Ice Ice Baby.
Vanilla Ice. Vanilla Ice, says Craig. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Vanilla Ice. 41. 41, not bad.
#1 for 4 weeks, Ice Ice Baby. He wrote the first draft in 15 minutes. He was once the 6th best jet ski racer in the world, Vanilla Ice.
Wow.
Yeah.
The 6th best.
Yeah. It's not bad, and there were 8, so, you know.
George, welcome to Pointless. Good to have you here. You're a student at Leeds.
Yeah.
What year are you in?
Second year.
And what are you reading?
Philosophy.
Philosophy. What do you get up to when you're not doing that, George?
We both play quite a lot of football. I play a fair amount of tennis, and we host pointless parties.
I've hosted plenty of those, certainly. And what happens in your pointless parties, George?
Well, we normally just sit on the sofa and watch Pointless with a few beers. And it kind of started off, it didn't really hit the heights of popularity we were expecting. We got 1 or 2 people kind of turning up. But once they knew we came on the show, we hit the dizzy heights of 25.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Really? Yeah, exactly. Now, George, we want to know the bands or the artists who had hits with these singles.
I was pretty worried, but now looking at it, I think I know about 3 of them.
OK.
So I'm going to go for Plug-in Baby, which is by one of my favourite bands, Muse.
Plug-in Baby by Muse, says George. Let's see if Muse is right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Muse. Very well done, 12. That's the way to do it.
Readers of Total Guitar magazine said the riff at the beginning of Plug-in Baby is the best riff of the 21st century.
Wow.
It's nice to think there's a load of Leeds University students watching us, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, instead of doing any work. That's good, isn't it?
Thanks, Rich. Steve, welcome to Pointless. Good to have you here. What do you do, Steve?
I'm an engineering officer in the Royal Navy.
Now, Steve, how did you and Diane meet?
Well, we met for the first time when we both appeared as contestants on the ITV show Blind Date. I was a picker on the show, and Diane was one of the girls on one of the stalls, and it didn't go according to plan. I picked number 2, and I married number 1.
Oh. See, I'll tell you what. That, in the long run, though, that is how you're meant to play it. That is absolute textbook, because that way you don't have to have Scylla at your wedding. So, wow, that's fantastic. What a proper old blinder date. Yeah. That's great. Do you watch the episode back?
No, we don't generally put on a DVD that has me walking off with another girl, I must say.
No, but I know, but you know that didn't work. But it was the moment you first met.
It's nice to have that on DVD, because I'm hoping most people haven't.
Anyway, listen, enough of this. What about all these songs with Baby or Babe in the title, Steve?
Fortunately, the young lads have taken the modern music away, which is good. So I'm going to go for I Got You, Babe, and say Sonny and Cher.
Sonny and Cher, says Steve. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Sonny and Cher. It's right. 41 our highest, 12 our lowest, 62 for Sonny and Cher. Not bad, though, Steve.
Yeah, well played, number 1 in 1965. UB40 Chrissie Hynde also had a big hit with it.
Now then, Pete. Warm welcome to you.
Thank you.
What do you do, Pete?
I'm in the Royal Air Force.
Good stuff. And where are you based?
RAF Waddington up in Lincolnshire.
Right, you are. And what are your hobbies, Pete?
Hobbies, mostly walking, getting out into the countryside, seeing National Trust, English Heritage type properties, that sort of thing.
OK, do you have an interest in music?
Yes, I play the guitar. Chris has also learned to play the guitar and bass, and our other son plays guitar and piano.
Oh, hang on. Do you have a kind of band together?
We seem to have bred our own band. It's a lot easier that way.
You really have?
We need a drummer now, though.
Do you play any of these songs?
No, I don't, sadly.
Do you know all of these songs?
Well, needless to say, I knew the 3 that have gone. Frustratingly, Bye Bye Baby. Les McEwen is the lead singer, but I can't remember the name of the band. Beyond that, I'm a bit stuck. Love to Love You Baby, I think it might be Donna Summer.
Donna Summer. You're going to say for Love to Love You Baby. Donna Summer. Let's see if Donna Summer's right. Let's see how many people said it. Donna Summer. It's right. Well, 62 is our high score. 12 is our lowest. You're past the highs. Ooh, nearly down to our lowest. Very well done, Pete. Did very well. 16, your score.
Very well played. Yeah, the full version of that song was actually over 16 minutes long, the version that's on the album. But that's a tough listen.
That's a lot, isn't it? Yeah.
You imagine. Isn't it interesting how the brain works, that you can remember Les McEwen, absolutely right, which is much more obscure than the band he was the leader of, which was the Bay City Rollers. And that would have scored you 46 points. Bye Bye Baby. Now, Baby, 2010. Do you know that one? It does you great credit if you don't. It's Justin Bieber.
Oh, right, there you go.
This is Justin Bieber. Now, Hey Baby was a huge hit when it was covered by DJ Otzi. But the original would have scored you 3 points. Very well done if you said Bruce Chanel. Very much the Justin Bieber of his day.
OK, well, thank you very much. We're halfway through that round, so let's take a look at the scores. The lowest score of that pass was 12. Very well done. George and John looking good on the back of that. Then up to 60, where we find Pete and Chris, up to 41, Craig and Julie, and then up to 62, Steve and Diane. You're not miles ahead, but you're ahead, Diane. We need a low score from you to make sure you're not leaving us at the end of this round. Best of luck. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, let's put 7 more songs with Babe or Baby on the board, and here they are. Baby Come Back, 1968. Baby Love, 1964. Always Be My Baby, 1996. Your Baby Ain't Your Baby Anymore, 1974. Baby One More Time, 1999. Babe, 1993. And Be My Baby, 1963. I'll read those one final time. Baby Come Back, 1968. Baby Love, 1964. Always Be My Baby, 1996. Your Baby Ain't Your Baby Anymore, 1974. Baby One More Time, 1999. Babe, 1993. And Be My Baby, 1963. Now, remember, we are looking for the artists or groups who released these UK Top 40 singles. And, Chris, you're going to find the one you think the fewest of our 100 people knew. Chris, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, you're from Aberystwyth.
I am, yes.
What do you do in Aberystwyth, Chris?
I work for a company that sells World War II surplus and militaria.
Wow.
Yeah, a bit different.
Yeah, that is a bit different. And what are your hobbies, Chris?
Play and watch a lot of football. One of the only English people who really care about the Welsh Premier League. Quite the Aberystwyth Town fan. I've been to Gap, Connors Quay and back, and places like that at times.
OK, now, what about this board? You have first pick of it, so use it well.
I'm going to drop in all the cliches and say I'd have loved the other board, I would. I'm going to play fairly safe. I'm going to go for Baby One More Time with Britney Spears.
Britney Spears, says Chris. Britney Spears. Well, the high scorers on 62 are Diane and Steve. You're on 16. If you can score 45 or less, you're through to the next round. There's your red line. Let's see how many people said Britney Spears. Just above it, 50. 66, your total, Chris.
Yeah, you might have done enough there, Chris. Baby One More Time. That's a great pop song as well, isn't it? Written by Max Martin. It's originally that video shot in the same high school that Grease was shot in.
Is it really?
Yeah.
And it actually operates as a high school when it's not being used for films and videos.
Correct.
That's nice.
That's
good use of
it?
resources.
That is, isn't it?
Yeah. Now then, Diane, you're not the high scorers. You've had a temporary reprieve. If you can score 3 or less with this answer, you are guaranteed a place in the next round. Diane, what do you do?
I'm a legal assistant for a data storage company in Havant.
And what do you like getting up to, Diane?
In our spare time, we love being outdoors. We live near the beach, so we walk a lot on the beach, or we go up to the South Downs and the forest. So we like bird watching and dog walking. Not our own dogs, our friends' dogs. We sort of kidnap them for a while.
They know about this?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Phew. So there you are, on 62, wanting to score 3 or less. What do you make of this as a board?
OK, I know a couple, but I think I'm just going to take a bit of a risk on the third one down, Always Be My Baby, and hope, really hope, that it's Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey, Always Be My Baby, says Diane. Mariah Carey. What do you think, Steve?
Not a clue.
OK, helpful. Here's your red line. If you get below that red line, you'll avoid becoming the new high scorers. Let's see if that is indeed Mariah Carey. How many people said it, if it is? It's right. Well done, Diane. 12. Good answer. 74 is your total, Diane. Maybe that's enough to save you.
That's a terrific answer, Diane. Well done. I think it's a slightly tougher board than the first one, isn't it?
I think it is. Now then, John. John, welcome to the show. Now, what are you studying at university?
I study English literature.
Enjoying it?
Yeah, it's good, yeah. Lots of books to read.
Certainly. Now then, 12 is what you're on. If you can score 61 or less with this, you're into round 2.
This is an awful board. I knew Britney Spears, And I was going to guess Always Be My Baby, the Spice Girls or someone like that, so I'm glad you said Mariah Carey, because otherwise I'd have been in trouble. But I'm really annoyed because Baby Love, at work, there's a playlist, and that's one of the songs on it, so I hear it every single day. But I've got no idea.
At work? What work?
I work at a restaurant, like in Leeds.
Oh, I see, yeah.
So I'm going to guess Baby Love, someone old, 60s. I don't know if you know she's that old, Dolly Parton. I've got no idea. I think I heard a few sniggers. Yeah, like I said, not
Dolly
good
Parton. Oh, that'd be a really good Dolly Parton song. I think I heard a few sniggers. It'd be a really good country song. Anyway, there is your red line. If you get below that red line with Dolly Parton, I'm a Dutchman. So, let's see if it's right. Let's see how many people said it. Bad luck, I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. Scores you the maximum of 100 points, takes your total up to 112. Sorry, John.
Yeah, sorry, John, I'm slightly nearer the audience. I thought I heard disappointed gasps rather than sniggers. What I heard.
Now then, Julie. Julie, you've been thrown a bit of a lifeline there. Yeah.
That's been a big help.
Well, listen, welcome to Pointless. Lovely to have you here.
Thank you.
You've been waiting very patiently, may I say. You've been so good. All the way through this round, you've been good as gold.
Thank
Just
you.
stood there quietly, haven't fidgeted.
Behaving, no.
You haven't, you've behaved, you haven't conferred with Craig, you've done everything we've asked of you. What do you do, Julie?
I'm a professional fundraiser for the Butterwick Hospice in Bishop Auckland.
How long have you done that for?
Coming up 3 years now.
I imagine that's quite rewarding, is it?
It's difficult, but it's rewarding at the same time, yeah.
But always trying to find new ways of...
Always trying to find new ways of getting people to jump out of a plane.
Plenty of ways of getting people to do that, but yes, it's getting them up there in the first place, that's the thing, yes. And what do you like doing when you're not doing that, Julie?
Everything that I preach to people, I tend to do myself. So I do like to chuck myself out of planes and run and things like that. But taking it easy, I like photography. And I'm a volunteer presenter with Craig at Hospital Radio as well.
Oh, wait, are you on the Sunday Selection?
No.
You're a different show.
I usually do a film show on a Sunday.
Excellent. So does that mean you get to see all sorts of films, or do you just do that as a voluntary?
Yeah, I'm a big film fan. I've got a weekly pass or a monthly pass where I can go and see films as many as I want.
Excellent. So. Anyway, you're the last person to have the board, so why not talk us through it and try and fill in all those blanks?
It's actually worked out quite well now. Not sure about Baby Come Back. Baby Love, I was trying to sing it in my head and I have some sort of feeling it might be, I'm not going for this one, it could be Diana Ross and the Supremes. But to play safe, I'm going to go with Babe and Take That.
Babe, Take That. Take That. Let's see if it's right. You want to be scoring 70 or less. There is your red line. If you get below that, you're through to the next round. Let's see how many people said Take That. It's right. Absolutely, you are through. 11. 11.52 your total there, Julie. Very well done.
Well played, Julie. A huge #1 single from that year, sold over 600,000 copies. And Baby Love from 1964, it was the Supremes. It's a fairly big score. They would have scored you 46 points. Baby Come Back is the Equals. That would have scored you 7 points. Let's go down the bottom next. Be My Baby, released just before Baby Love, but a similar band. This is the Ronettes. Would have scored you 5 points. And Your Baby Ain't Your Baby Anymore. It's the best answer on the board, as you can imagine, from 1974. And it was Paul da Vinci. Very well done if you got that. 1 point.
Wow. There's a stage name.
No, that was his real name. He was a direct descendant.
All right, yeah.
of Dave da Vinci.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So at the end of our first round, the pair heading home with their high score of 112. I'm sorry to say it's John and George. Oh, exactly. I'm afraid, yes, Baby Love, that was, yes.
Yeah, now I've seen it, I know it's a Supreme, so I'm a bit
I know, but
I just didn't have a chance. Like...
Do you know what? I sort of half knew a lot of those, and I wouldn't have known them just enough. I just wouldn't have known them enough to say them, I think. Yeah. Anyway, bad luck. I'm sorry. Point has been very cruel to you at this time, but we'll see you again next time when I'm sure you'll do much, much better. But thanks very much, meanwhile, John and George. But for the remaining three pairs, it's now time for round two. And so now we're down to 3 pairs, and at the end of this round, we'll be saying goodbye to another pair. And all of you brand new, so welcome to round 2 all round. Julie, best answer of that pass after... Well, Muse obviously was the best answer, but they've gone. But after that was the take that answer. So, yeah, well done. I'd say probably, yes, Julie and Craig, the pair to beat on the strength of that first round. Best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 is royalty. Royalty. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many people who've married a descendant of George VI as they could. People who've married a descendant of George VI.
Yeah, a recent royalty question. This George VI, of course, better known these days as Colin Firth. We are looking for anybody who's married one of his direct descendants. We're looking for their name before they married into the royal family, please. So we need their first name and surname before they married into the royal family. Very, very best of luck.
OK, thanks. Now then, Craig.
OK, I'm not really sure on this one, so I'm going to have to go for a fairly... well, possibly a poor score one. Sarah Ferguson.
Sarah Ferguson, says Craig. Sarah Ferguson. Let's see if it's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Sarah Ferguson. It's right. $32. Not a bad answer, Craig. 32.
Yeah, Sarah Ferguson married, of course, George VI's grandson, Prince Andrew.
Now then, Diane. So we want the name of anyone who's married a direct descendant of George VI.
OK. It's not a brilliant subject for me, so I'm going to take a bit of a gamble and hope that Steve can dig us out of it. I think he married into the royal family, and I can't remember who he married. Oh, this is going terribly wrong. I'm going to say Mike Tyndall.
Mike Tyndall, says Diane. Mike Tyndall. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Mike Tyndall. No apology needed, Diane. It's a correct answer. 32, our best score so far. You whiz past that. 6. That's a brilliant answer. Very well done indeed, Diane.
Another great answer, yeah. Married Zara Phillips. His great-grandfather was a blacksmith, and her great-grandfather was George VI.
Thanks very much. Now, Chris.
Do you accept, like, 2 halves of answers? I've got loads of first names and surnames. Can I put them together into one new super monarch?
Super consort. Yeah.
I'm going to have to...
Sorry, I just have to say no. Sorry. Just...
I had a cracking name as well, don't worry.
Oh.
I'm going to have to go for the one that everyone's thinking. Just to give my dad a fighting chance, I'm going to go for Kate Middleton.
To give your dad a fighting chance? You mean to make your dad squirm?
Yes.
OK. Kate Middleton, says Chris. To give him a mountain to climb. Let's see if that's right, shall we? And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Kate Middleton. He's right. Oh, not bad. 42. Not bad at all, Chris.
I'll take that.
That could have been a lot worse, Chris.
Yeah,
well, yeah, very well done. Literally, the pub around the corner from me changed its name to the Duchess of Cambridge within 2 days of that wedding. That's pretty good going, isn't it?
That is good.
Yeah, didn't change anything else, but they changed the name.
Thanks very much. Well, listen, we're halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. 6, Diane. You see, 6, the best score of the pass, by a margin. Then up to 32, where we find Craig and Julie, and then up to 42, where we find Chris and Pete. So, Pete, not such a hole to climb out of, after all, after Chris's answer of Kate Middleton, but you are in the lead, so we need a low-scoring answer from you to keep you in the game. Best of luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, now remember, Pete, we're looking for the names of anyone who's married a descendant of George VI. You're on 42. You're the high scorers, so it's got to be a low score.
I'll go for Captain Mark Phillips.
Captain Mark Phillips, says Pete. Let's see how many people said Captain Mark Phillips. It's right. $26. 26 takes your total up to 68.
Giving yourself a chance there. Yeah, he married his granddaughter, of course, Princess Anne, the Princess Royal.
Thanks very much indeed. Now, Steve, you're on 6. Brilliant effort from Diane in the first pass. The high scorers are Pete and Chris on 68. 61 or less sees you through to the next round.
OK, not a brilliant subject, but I do work for the Queen, so I'm going to say Camilla Parker Bowles.
Camilla Parker Bowles. Here's your red line. Get below that with Camilla Parker Bowles, you're through to the next round. Let's see if it's right. Let's see how many people said it. Absolutely right. 19. 19 takes your total up to 25.
Good play there on podium 3. Yeah, she'll be the Princess Consort if Charles ever becomes king.
That's a catchy title.
Princess Consort. It sounds like a car.
Sounds like a car, I was going to say, exactly, or a caravan.
Well, the new Princess Consort.
Ah, good stuff. Thanks very much. Now then, Julie, you're on 32. You want to score 35 or less with this answer to avoid leaving us at the end of the round. Oh, no, you're shaking your head. This is not going to be a
Sorry.
take that moment.
No, I'm afraid not.
Now then, talk us through your answers, if you like.
Well, I know there's Princess Diana. I know everybody by Prince or Princess. And I can't remember Princess Diana's surname. I think it was Andrew, Diana Andrews.
Diana Andrews. OK, let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Diana Andrews. No. Bad luck, Julie. I'm sorry. An incorrect answer, scoring you the maximum of 100 points. That takes your total up to 132.
It's one of those things you see sometimes just under the lights, people's, because I know you know the name, and it's Diana Spencer. So sorry, would have scored you 49 points, though, so would have seen you knocked out even if you got it. There's 3 pointless answers here. Let's take a look at them.
Oh, go on.
Oh, no, all right,
no,
don't look. Because you'll be good at this. Because you've probably been to most of these weddings.
Serena Stanhope.
Serena Stanhope married Viscount Linley. It was a pointless answer.
Get in there. Daniel Chatto, is it?
Daniel Chatto, yeah. Well done, that's a pointless answer as well.
Get in there. And I know who the other pointless one will be.
To be fair, a lot of people didn't go on his stag do, so they probably wouldn't have got it.
The other one will be the model who married Peter Phillips.
That's right.
And she is called Autumn.
It's Autumn Kelly.
Ah, there you go.
Autumn Kelly. Yeah. Those are the 3 pointless answers. Let's take a look at them. Well done if you said any of them. Autumn Kelly, Daniel Chatto and Serena Stanhope. I'll give you some other scorers while we're here. You could have had Tim Lawrence for 3 points. You could have had Anthony Armstrong-Jones for 10. Sophie Rees-Jones would have scored you 11. And let's take a look at the top 3 now. We've heard one of them. You've got Catherine Middleton, Kate Middleton, 42. Philip Mountbatten, 46, Prince Philip, of course. And there's Diana Spencer at the top, 49 points. Good round for you there.
I used to play this character in Armstrong and Miller, who was a royal correspondent, so I had to learn all their names. It's because
you did it in an Irish accent, wouldn't you?
That's right, Terry Devlin, who was the royal correspondent. He just knew everyone. So there we are.
Very good.
Thanks very much. So at the end of our second round, the couple who'll be heading home, I'm afraid it's Julie and Craig. A high score of 132. Bad luck, Julie. Well, it's some consolation to know that actually it was still quite a high score anyway. We'll see you again next time. We'll look forward to that very much indeed. Thanks very much for playing meanwhile, Julie and Craig. But for the remaining 2 pairs, it's now time for our head-to-head round. Congratulations, Steve and Diane, Chris and Pete. You are now 1 step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £2,000. So, to decide who's going to play for that money, you are now going to go head-to-head. The big difference is, of course, you're now allowed to confer. And the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for the jackpot. Best luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. OK, here comes your first question, and it concerns capital cities and their rivers. Capital cities and their rivers, Richard.
We're going to show you 5 pictures of capital cities now. We need you to tell us the river that is in each picture, please. Very best of luck.
OK, let's reveal our 5 capital cities, and here they are. We have got A, B, C, D, and E. There we are. 5 capital cities and their rivers. Now, Steve and Diane, you get to go first as you've played best throughout the show so far.
Any ideas?
OK, we're going to have to play safe and hope that the others fall at the first fence and say C is the Seine.
C, the Seine. C, the Seine. Now, Chris and Pete, the board is all yours. Can you talk us through it?
No.
We don't really know. We knew C, we know D is obviously London. So we don't recognise any of the cities, but we're probably going to plunge for A. Yeah.
Yeah.
A, the Danube.
A, the Danube. A, the Danube. OK, so we have the Seine versus the Danube. Steve and Diane said the Seine. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. It is right. 56. So Chris and Pete have gone for the Danube. I'm just having a look there. Now, what was it that made you think Danube? What were the features there, the landmarks?
The big wet thing in the middle, really.
No. Yes, Yeah, apart from that, I mean, what were the...
We have no idea on any of the other cities, and obviously Paris was going to beat London, I reckon.
But something made you say Danube.
Size of the river, to a certain extent.
The size of the river, OK.
East European architecture.
The architecture, there we are, good. OK. Well, you've gone for the Danube. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said the Danube. Because it's right. That wet thing in the middle is indeed the Danube, and it wins you the point. 9. Very well said, Chris and Pete. That wins you the point. After one question, you're up 1-0.
Oh, that's a terrific answer, isn't it? Very well done. Any ideas on that city?
Nope.
That is Budapest. Budapest, yeah, very well done. Now, B is another low scorer. Lots of people at home will know this. It's the Liffey. It's the Liffey that flows through Dublin. 5 points if you said that. D, obviously, is London. Only got 71 points, though.
Wow.
Thames.
Wow.
Worrying.
And E is a pointless answer. Well, the city is Cairo, so the river is the Nile. Pointless answer. Well done if you said that.
Thanks very much indeed. So here comes your second question. Steve and Diane, Chris and Pete get to answer it first, but you have to win this one to stay in the game. Best of luck. It concerns Shakespeare's comedies. Shakespeare's comedies, Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you the names of 5 Shakespeare comedies now, but we're only going to give you the number of letters in each word of that comedy. Can you decipher these clues and work out the comedies? Good luck.
OK, let's reveal our 5 Shakespeare comedies, and here they are. 2342, 4357, 35527, 1965, 44444. I'll read those all one last time. 2342, 4357, 35527, 1965, and 44444. Chris and Pete, you go first. I'll give you a little while.
I've only got the bottom 2. The middle one, which is the Merry Wives of Windsor. That's very good. The bottom one's all that's right. What's the Midsummer's Night's Dream?
We think we know which one we're going to go for.
OK.
Do you want to go for it?
Yeah, we'll go for the middle one. We'll have The Merry Wives of Windsor.
The Merry Wives of Windsor, 35527. The Merry Wives of Windsor, say Chris and Pete. Now then, Steve and Diane, do you want to talk us through the board?
Yes, I'd be delighted. We only know one, we think, and fortunately it wasn't the one they picked. So we're going to go for the 4th one down and say A Midsummer Night's Dream.
A Midsummer Night's Dream, 1965. A Midsummer Night's Dream. OK, so we have The Merry Wives of Windsor versus A Midsummer Night's Dream. Chris and Pete said The Merry Wives of Windsor. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said it, if it is. It's absolutely right. Yeah, it's a nice low score. Look at that. Very well done. 11. Now then, Steve and Diane, you have to win this one to stay in the game. A Midsummer Night's Dream you've gone for. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said A Midsummer Night's Dream. 66. Very well done. Chris and Pete, after only 2 questions, you're through to the final 2-0.
It seems dauntingly impossible at first look, that thing,
It does.
when you see the list. But then, actually, when you start thinking about the Shakespeare plays, suddenly you can sort of relax. But hard though. Well done to anyone who got all 5 of them. Let's take you through them. Do you think you got any of these?
I've got all but one. I think I'll get the other one in a second.
Which one have you not got?
The top one.
OK, we'll do the top one last then. So the second one is
Much Ado About Nothing.
Much Ado About Nothing. Yes, that would have scored 30 points. The bottom one actually is the only one that would have beaten The Merry Wives of Windsor.
That's All's Well That Ends Well.
All's Well That Ends Well. Yeah, would have scored you 7 points. And the top one, 34 points for...
Oh, mine, exactly. As You Like It.
As You Like It, yeah. 34 points. Very well done to anyone who got all 5 of those.
Thanks very much indeed. So, at the end of our head-to-head round, I'm afraid the pair leaving us. Steve and Diane, you played so well. You were the hot favourites as we went into this round, and I'm afraid you leave without a point on your board. But the good news for us is we get to see you again next time. Had you gone through to the final, that would have been it. So we'll look forward to that very much indeed. But meantime, thanks very much for playing, Steve and Diane. But for Chris and Pete, it's now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Chris and Pete. You've fought off all the competition and you've won our coveted pointless trophy, so very well done.
Thank you.
You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £2,000. Well, we've put you through your paces, Chris and Pete. We've given you songs with Babe and Baby in the title.
It's been a mix.
We've given you People Who Married Into the Royal Family. We've given you Rivers, and we've given you Shakespeare comedy.
Shakespeare comedies.
Yeah, cruised through it. You made that head-to-head look embarrassingly easy.
There's a lot of luck on that Danube.
Really?
It's my
that was
favourite river
amazing.
in the world, all of a sudden.
Well, it is now, yeah.
More than the Bangui.
Yeah, the Bagnui in Bangui.
Bagnui.
Yeah. Now, what would you like to see come up in this last round?
Oh, football, we're both
Yeah,
pretty
football.
strong at. Geography, you know, the kind of pointless countries and capital cities, stuff like that. We've got shoved in our brain.
Now, as always, you start this round off by choosing a category, and here are your 4 options. They are crime novelists, 1970s sport, opera, Sheffield.
I'm going to be proud to rely on my dad here. We're both very good at sport. It's more his generation than mine. I'm sure he won't mind me saying. But yeah, we're going to go for 1970s sport.
OK. 1970s sport it is. Richard.
Yeah, I'm going to give you 3 separate categories here. You can choose from any of these. Can you tell us anyone who scored a century in an official test for England during the 1970s? Any captain of the Welsh Rugby Union team during the 70s? And any driver who won a Formula 1 Grand Prix during the 1970s. So any English cricket test centurion, any captain of the Welsh Rugby Union team, or any Formula 1 Grand Prix winner from the 1970s. Best of luck at home and best of luck in the studio.
Thanks very much. Now, as always, you've got up to a minute to come up with 3 answers. And to win that jackpot of £2,000, just one of those answers has to be pointless. Now, remember, the answers that you provide can come from any of these 3 categories. They can be 1 from each, 2 from one, 1 from another, however you like. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
OK, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Well, you've got to be.
Cricket Centurions, I've got David Steele, because he came in the middle one test and scored a load of runs. I'm sure he saved the test, so we'll go for David Steele.
Okay.
I'm not really sure on the others. Do you any
No,
drivers?
yeah, but not
Apart from
not to know.
Fittipaldi,
Yeah,
Nicky
Fittipaldi,
Lauda,
but he's not going to be like.
and James Hunt. I can't think of.
And for anyone else, I wouldn't be confident in the 70s. I think stick to the Centurions.
The other ones might be Derek Randall. He's bound to have got 100, and he's probably, it's quite a while ago. I'm just trying to think. Oh my God. Wicketkeeper Alan Knott. I'm just trying to think of any bowlers. Chris Old. I wouldn't be surprised if he got a century at some point. He could use a bat. Definitely. So at the moment we've got David Steele, Chris Old to go for that.
Yeah,
so if I can think of somebody other than Derek Randall. We'll go for that look. Nearly 10 seconds left.
10 seconds left.
Would Derek Underwood have got one? Probably not. I'll probably go for those 3. Randall, Old, and Steele.
Still, yeah.
OK, that's your time up. I now need your 3 answers.
We've got David Steele,
David Steele,
Chris Old,
Chris Old,
and Derek Randall.
and Derek Randall. And all of those are from
the English Cricket Test Centurions.
English cricket test centurions from the 70s. OK, now, of those 3, which is your best crack at a pointless answer?
David Steele, possibly.
David Steele, we'll put last. Your least likely?
Derek Randall.
Derek Randall will put first. OK, let's put those up on the board in that order. And here they are. We have got Derek Randall, Chris Auld and David Steele. There are. Well, very, very best of luck. Your first answer was Derek Randall. This is one you thought was probably least likely to be pointless. Only one of these answers has to be pointless for you to win today's jackpot of £2,000. Now, Chris, what would you do with your share of that?
Well, I've been sort of saying for a while I'd like to go on a couple of weekends away, see some European cities, so it'd be wrong not to go to Budapest now.
Yeah, you should. Pete, how about you?
Well, we're all big Man City fans, so we're talking about maybe a VIP day out to watch a game.
OK, well, very, very best luck. Your first answer, Derek Randall. Let's see if it's right. If it's pointless, it will win you today's jackpot. So let's find out. Is Derek Randall an English Test centurion? Absolutely right. Now, that was the first thing it had to be. If this goes all the way down to 0, you will leave here with £2,000. Down Derek Randall goes into single figures. Still going down. Still, you've done it! What about that? Very well done indeed. Very, very well done. That's fantastic. Good work. Well, congratulations. Derek Randall was a pointless answer, which means you leave here with a jackpot of £2,000. Very, very well done indeed. Neatly done, sir. Richard, what about that?
I knew you were going to do it, guys. As soon as you picked that category, you've been brilliant from the start. I could tell you knew your stuff. Now, Chris Auld would have been an incorrect answer. Never scored a Test century. David Steele was another pointless answer. And in your 60 seconds, you also mentioned Alan Knott, who was also a pointless answer. So that would have been something of a clean sweep if you'd said him. Let's take a look at some more pointless answers. You'll recognise these. Some people at home would as well. David Lloyd would have been a pointless answer. There's David Steele. Derek Randall scored 7 Test centuries in all, 174 against the Aussies, his biggest score. Keith Fletcher would have been a pointless answer. You could have also had Bob Woolmer. You could have had Brian Luckhurst, Clive Radley, Dennis Amos, John Edrich or Tony Lewis. All of those pointless. Let's take a look at the Welsh Rugby Union captains. Arthur Lewis would have been a pointless answer. Del Thomas. You could have had John Lloyd. Mervyn Davis, also a pointless answer. Very well done if you said any of those at home. And I know lots of people like their Formula One, so let's go through some of these. Formula One Grand Prix winning drivers. Denny Hume, the New Zealander, would have been a pointless answer. Jack Brabham. You could have had Jackie Ickx. You could have had Jody Scheckter. There's a few more on the list, actually. You could have had Carlos Reutemann, Clay Regazzoni. You could have had Gunnar Nielsen or Jacques Lafitte. You could have Jochen Mass, John Watson, or Alan Jones as well was a pointless answer. Very well done if you got any of those at home. And terrific work in the studio. That was lovely to watch.
Thanks very much. Well, thanks once again to our winning players, Chris and Pete, who go away with today's jackpot of £2,000. Join us next time when we'll be putting more obscure knowledge to the test on Pointless. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.